Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Gray, and we're just plain living here.
Good morning, John Gray. I'm Peggy Burton.
Excuse me.
I have a guest with me today.
I see that lovely lady out there.
It's my son's mother-in-law. It's my daughter-in-law's mom.
Are we California
Crazy.
dreaming?
From California, right.
We California dreaming.
Right.
What is that, the moms and the pops? Is that the moms and the pops?
Mamas and the papas?
Yeah. Mama Cass.
Mama Cass,
You know, she was probably she was just iconic.
She really was.
You know, she wasn't necessarily a pretty lady. She was large, but she
had a
was.
beautiful voice.
She had absolutely incredible voice.
No, right, she did.
And if you think back in the day, you know, we are so enamored by beauty these days, and the magazines and the skinny models and all that. Think about the women singers who were superstars. Ethel Merman,
Kate
Smith.
Right.
They were not little bitty women.
Exactly.
They were big women with huge
big voices. You're right. Ella Fitzgerald, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I guess she started out as a little person, but.
And that reminds me of a young lady right here in this town who has always sort of captured me with her big voice. I call her Lim for Little Ethel Merman.
Oh, okay.
And that's Lauren.
Rogers. Is it Rogers? Yes, I think.
She has been picked by the Chenoweth, that lady in New York.
Exactly.
To
Broadway star.
Broadway review. She is going to New York
to study. I know. I'm proud of her. It's wonderful.
I mean, how incredible is that for a young lady? Of course, she's been in our country show, but she's always sang something that was bigger
than her.
Than a 12-year-old girl
right.
should be able to sing.
She's had that voice since she was born on.
Oh, yeah. So we're proud of Lauren.
Absolutely. I hope we can get her on this show
before she goes.
I know.
And after she goes.
Exactly.
So
what an experience.
That's your next goal.
Is to find
to
Lauren.
Get in touch with her and get her on this show. Because I want to know about the process, what she went through, and how they found out about it, and what she had to do.
I think Ann Baldwin
submit.
Possibly had something to do with that, because Ann keeps up with Broadway and what's happening. But I'm not sure, because I haven't talked to anybody lately.
Right.
Out there in the real world.
You haven't been to Broadway lately?
I haven't been to Broadway in a while.
Are they even back up and running?
Yes, I think they are.
The shows, they're doing shows again?
I think they are. If they're, at least that's what I heard. So I hope they are. People need to sing. People need the theater. We have some theater people coming on today,
and people need to speak.
Exactly, about what needs to be done.
What needs to be done, and that brings me to a point. I'm going to get on a stump just a little bit today, because I can, because this is our show. I'm very impressed with Jon Stewart. And Jon Stewart is a late night TV host. And Jon Stewart is in front of Congress right now, fighting as diligently as he can for the veterans of our military about the burn pits in Afghanistan and the terrible, terrible things that the veterans are suffering because of that. And if you don't understand a burn pit, when you destroy a town somewhere, you bring bulldozers in, you dig big pits, football fields wide.
Right.
You bulldoze the whole town in there and set it all on fire. And that's the sewage, the batteries, the parts of the villages. It's equal to what happened on 9/11 when the towers fell and all of that plumage came out, and all the first responders have respiratory diseases and have died, many of cancer
and
because
all
of
kinds
that.
Of diseases.
That's what's happening to our veterans right now who are in Afghanistan.
I know, it's horrible.
And it amazes me, and one of the statements Jon Stewart made is it's not funny, ha ha, but it's funny that we can have enough money. The United States of America can find enough money to fight war all over the world, but we can't find enough money to take care of the people who fight the war for us when they come back home.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
don't understand how we can feed the world, the children, the mamas, the daddies, and we can't take care of our veterans who fight that war that makes us free enough to be able to do that. That should be our number one first thing. St. Jude's, what a wonderful institution. Danny Thomas started it. You can take a young child with cancer. You can go over there.
It costs
no
nothing,
questions asked.
Right.
The family's boarded. The family's fed. The child gets served at no expense. That's how our veterans need to be treated in this country. They need to be the first ones in line because they're the first ones standing on the wall to keep you safe and free. How we can not take care of those people is beyond me. My personal goal is to talk to every elected official I can
And try to get a change.
to try to get something done about this. You know, we pay for war. We pay for planes. We pay for bombs. We pay for guns. We pay for all of this stuff. And the people who manufacture it are mega rich.
Of course.
Why can't those people fund some hospitals?
For the veterans.
Why
that's
can't we
true.
have a huge advertising firm in this country who is selling ads for millions of dollars on the Super Bowl to take on wounded warriors and have an advertising campaign equal to what St. Jude's has to raise the funding they have to take care of those kids? We have got to take care of our wounded veterans. We have got to take care of our wounded veterans. Join me in the fight, and Jon Stewart, to do anything we can do to make that happen.
And their
It's a
families.
travesty.
It is a travesty, and their families need to be considered.
The families.
Of what they're left with.
A lot of them, the paperwork, in some cases, is overwhelming to the people who are trying to fill it out. Streamline this deal.
Exactly. I agree with you,
This guy's a
John.
veteran. He went overseas. He fought in Afghanistan. Veteran, overseas, Afghanistan, you're in.
Right.
It ought to be that simple.
Yeah, there's a lot of suicides, a lot of mental illness, a lot of hopelessness and homelessness. Yes.
We can house everybody in the world, but we can't house a veteran?
That's homeless, I know.
It's insane. Fix it, United States of America. Fix it. That's enough.
Are you done?
I'm done. I'm finished. As my mother-in-law
Good
would
job.
say, you're done. Are you finished too?
Yeah. How is your mother-in-law?
My mother-in-law came over for Easter, and we had a wonderful time with her. She's going to go to South Jackson Civic Center this Sunday and see her grandson perform in
Amazing Technicolor, Joseph and the Amazing
Technicolor Dreamcoat.
It's such a long title, but Jacob, it will be perfect
He's
in that
Pharaoh.
role.
He's playing the Elvis Pharaoh role.
Right.
So he was Potiphar last time.
I think we're going to have, we're supposed to have some of the theater people coming today.
Good.
And so we'll talk about it. This is really our first big major production since the pandemic.
Well, evidently,
we've done other things, but we haven't put on a
Evidently,
play.
what I've heard, the theater was packed for Henry Cho last week.
Yeah, every seat that they were allowed to sell.
Yeah. Hey, what a great guy.
Shannon said it was hysterical. I'm sorry I didn't go because she said he had lots of new material and he was truly funny and everybody needed to laugh.
Everybody needs to laugh.
That's a great thing.
Right here, Purple and Orange, Alzheimer's Tennessee, Purple Olympics, the third annual Purple Olympics is at the Tullahoma High School gym May the 8th, and we're still looking for teams, looking for sponsors, looking for people to give. Oh, one thing we do there is we have a cakewalk. which is like
like the old timey
the chairs
days, yeah.
where you got chairs. What is that? And the music stops. You grab a chair.
Music stop. You grab a chair, and the last one, and they pull one chair out.
Right. So what this is we have spots on the floor with numbers, and everybody walks, and when the music stops, we reach in a fishbowl and call a number.
That's
and
clever.
if it's number 85 and you're on closest to number 85, you get a prize.
Oh.
And some of those prizes are free paint from Paintworks, a shovel from Builder Supply, cakes. We have a lot of cakes and pies. London's, Piggy's
makes wonderful cakes.
Fuel So Good, Mercantile Cafe, beautiful cakes, and there's great prizes that you win just for being there.
Just for being there and standing on a number.
Standing on a number.
That's a
and
really
having
fun thing,
and
yeah.
dancing and playing some games, free food, free coffee.
And when's the date again?
May the 8th.
That's not very long.
No.
And it's inside.
Inside the gym. There we go, right there.
Okay.
3rd annual.
More
Cakewalk
sponsors
prizes,
needed.
hula hoop, wheelchair and tricycle races, puzzles.
Fran Gray put that together,
Yes,
didn't
she did.
She is amazing.
We decided we needed to do something other than a walk.
Yeah.
Everybody does a walk, so we decided that it is because it's Alzheimer's. Oh, and we have a trivia event that goes along with that as well.
Good.
It's about brain strength. You know, you talk about health, Get Fit Tullahoma. It's not only about muscles. You need to keep your brain fit.
Absolutely.
And there's ways you can do that. We're at the age we need to do that a whole lot, aren't we?
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, we have a great show today. We're going to have some cool guests, and we're just glad to be here. Pandemic or no pandemic,
we're still on. That's right.
me and my sister here. We're my other sister from another mother. We're doing it for you. We're not going to leave you alone, so don't you leave us. We'll be right back after these messages.
Now open in Tullahoma, Parkview Senior Living, an affordable, luxurious retirement community that active seniors love to call home. We encourage a healthy, independent lifestyle with few restrictions. Abundant amenities mean you live burden-free in a beautiful, safe home with other like-minded seniors. Still enjoy friends and family, along with your supplemental healthcare needs. See for yourself how wonderful retirement can be. Tour Parkview Senior Living today.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man that gave him a lifetime of nourishment.
He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching.
That's right. No employee of the month bonus check here. This guy, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Imagination is such a great thing. I have Laurel Stone on the set today, and she is here to talk a little bit about books and Dolly Parton and what's available around this part of the country. So, tell me what's new.
Well, new related to the Imagination Library of Coffee County, we have a little over 3,000 children involved in the program right now. So I just want to make sure everybody know we have a lot of children still in Coffee County that are getting those books in the mail every month. And we need help with that, and I do want to talk about how it all works.
I was just thinking as you were talking, is there an age limit on who gets the books?
The books are from children from birth to 5 years old.
Okay. And so if a parent out there has never heard of this Imagination Station, which I would think everybody has, and they want to start receiving books for their child, what do they need to do?
Well, we have these brochures that you can either pick up at any of your libraries. You can pick them up at the health department, the DHS offices. There's a lot of different places. I think we have them at the bookshelf in Tullahoma. But if you run across these brochures anywhere, but you can also go to the Governor's Early Literacy Foundation website.
Oh, okay.
So we're lucky here in the state of Tennessee that the governor helps out pay for the cost of the books.
Would that website just be Governor's
Early Literacy Foundation.
And just type it in, and you can find out. There we go, right there.
Yes, that's our Facebook page right there. So there's lots of information on our Facebook page for Imagination Library of Coffee County.
That's wonderful.
And you can keep up with what we're doing.
I was curious to know what some of the books were that the children get.
Well, the first book that they get is The Little Engine That Could.
Which is such a good piece of information to know.
Yes, so that's their first book that they get when they're born. And then the last book is Look Out Kindergarten, Here I Come.
Oh, sweet.
After they turn 5, that's the last book that they get.
So they get excited about going to
in between, it all adds up to 60 books from the time they're born to the time they're 5 if they get a book every single month in the mail. And Red Wagon is a real cute book that they can get in there too. So there's a big variety of books.
Basically, parents read the book to the children because they can't read when they're tiny little things, and that gives a chance for the parent to stop for a minute and read.
Yes, it's all kinds of early literacy strategies and social, emotional things that go along with those books getting in the mail, whether it's the child being excited that their book came in the mailbox, to them sitting down and reading with their family, to the siblings sitting and reading together, to the child just having that book experience, and the fact that they've got their own book and they've got their own collection of books, and it comes to them every month through the Imagination Library.
And it's so beautiful that they have something besides a cell phone to hold in there. They have a real book that they can turn the pages, and the pictures are always fun as well as the words. And I think there's always a lesson.
Yes, there's always a lesson.
Always have lessons, and some children don't have the opportunity to get books as much as others, and these are free. Dolly Parton is amazing.
She is. She started it back in 1996, and then in 2004, Governor Bredesen started Governor's Books from Birth program. So the state pays half of our books, but in the county we need to pay for the other half. So we still have that foundation. It's called Governor's Early Literacy Foundation, and we started Imagination Library in 2005. And so, how many years is that? 16 something
it goes
years.
fast.
So we're still trying to pay for those books for those children. So therefore, we need to get donations from the community, support from the community, board members we need, and we do fundraisers every once in a while.
And I have to hand it to you. Do you have enough volunteers? If anybody wanted to volunteer.
We can always use new board members, and our information is on our Facebook page, or you can, which is Imagination Library of Coffee County. You can send a message to that, call a phone number that's on that, and talk to one of us if you want to be a board member, and then you can find out other ways that you can help us if you become a board member. Or if you don't want to become a board member, you can just help out with something.
Obviously, you'll take donations.
Yes, we do. And we got the big payback coming, too, so look for us for the big
for people
payback.
that don't know what the big payback is, give them a little scope on that.
That is with the Community Foundation of Tennessee to help people to able to support their favorite causes, and then money's matched and distributed.
It's tax-free organizations.
Tax-free and 501c3s. Yes. So, and there's special bonuses that come in when big payback comes along and things like that.
There's so much that's needed, and I think having children literacy is so important.
Yes,
because
it is.
That helps with their education.
Lifelong learners.
And then they learn to get excited about it. So,
yes.
Do you often do a fundraiser for this event?
Well, we know that, as most of us know, it's been hard doing fundraising in the past year. And so we tried to do, some things on Facebook to get a little bit of attention. But something that we are doing in the month of April, I have a little flyer here.
Okay.
We have teamed up with T-Town Smoothie Cafe, and it's called Yogurt Bowls for Books. I'll give that to you.
Oh, thank you.
And you can see all about that on our Facebook page. So for every yogurt bowl that T-Town Smoothie Cafe sells in the month of April, they will donate 10% to Imagination Library program.
What a nice gift.
So yeah, we are promoting that, and we're out there every Friday with Dolly. We have our Dolly stand-up that you've met before. So Dolly is out there on every Friday at T-Town Smoothie Cafe. Not the real Dolly. I don't want to get in trouble.
What is
Dolly.
their address?
Their address is 1956 North Jackson Street, across from Kroger.
It's easy to find, so you don't have to search for it.
So you can get your picture, get your yogurt bowl, and it would help support that early literacy for children and Imagination Library of Coffee County.
And I think everybody probably knows this, but anytime you donate, that goes against your taxes.
Yes.
You can
yes, it does.
Get it. Anything you can get to help with your taxes is great.
Oh, yeah.
The Imagination Library, I know it's been it's been available for a long time, considering, and I don't think we could do better with anything else. I think
it's a wonderful thing.
Learning to read and learning to understand how important literature is so important. Well, Laura, we got 29 seconds, so if you got any last minute words, now's the time.
Since you said it's such a wonderful thing that we should really be proud of, because Dolly started it right here in Tennessee in Sevierville, and it's all over the world. And you can help in Coffee County by going and get your yogurt bowl and liking our Facebook page.
Fantastic. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
We hope you'll come back a lot.
I try.
We'll be back with more.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community, because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
Now open in Tullahoma, Parkview Senior Living, an affordable, luxurious retirement community that active seniors love to call home. We encourage a healthy, independent lifestyle with few restrictions. Abundant amenities mean you live burden-free in a beautiful, safe home with other like-minded seniors. Still enjoy friends and family, along with your supplemental healthcare needs. See for yourself how wonderful retirement can be. Tour Parkview Senior Living today.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
I love this next segment. It's the Little Miss Tullahoma question segment that we're going to show you now. Enjoy.
All right. It's time for our questions. Cool. Oh, there. Hello. Tell me about your favorite pet.
It's my dog.
What's your dog's name?
Milo.
What color dog?
Black and white.
Nice. Is he cute?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Hello. Tell us about your pet.
I have 2 dogs. One's named Waken, one's named Shadow. And one of them's white, one of them's gray.
Thank you. Tell us about your pet.
I have 2 pets, and one's named Max and Daisy, and one is black and one is like tannish and white.
Thank you. Tell us about your pet.
I have 2 dogs, and their names are Otto and Jet, and they live in my grandma and grandpa's house.
Thank you. Tell us about your family.
I have a mean sister.
Thank you. All right. Tell us about your pets.
I don't have no pets.
Your family. How's your family? Yeah, that works.
Claire and Kimber Faith.
Thank you. Do you have pets? All right. Tell me about your pets.
I have a snake. I have 2 dogs. My snake's named Freddy, and one of my dogs are named Diamond, and the other one is named Coca.
Thank you. All right. Cool. Tell me about your pets.
I have 4. My dog's named Charlie, and my 3 cats are named Custer, Figaro, and Elaine.
Thank you. Tell us what your favorite ice cream is.
And my dog's name is Sasha.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a nice name. Tell us about your favorite ice cream.
It's pink and purple.
Thank you. That sounds like a good ice cream. They'll all receive crowns, and let's give them another round of applause for their courage and poise. All right. Hello. So, what's your favorite ice cream?
Chocolate.
Thank you. Do you have any pets?
We have a pet lizard, and her name is Lem.
That's very cool. Do you have pets?
Yes. There's a fish named Chloe, and he loves to swim around, and he loves to swim around again.
It sounds like you like swimming. What's your favorite ice cream?
Chocolate.
Thank you. Thank you. So tell us about your family.
Can we do the pet one?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I have a pet dog, and her name is Lily. I have a pet cat.
A pet cat? What's her name? Or his?
Her name is Speedy.
Awesome. Thank you. So, do you have any pets? All right.
I have 2 dogs, and they're both named Molly and Finn.
Thank you. Do you have a favorite ice cream?
Strawberry.
Thank you. Do you have a favorite ice cream?
Chocolate.
Awesome. So I heard you said you like chocolate ice cream earlier?
I
Do you-
want chocolate.
Oh yeah, we'll get chocolate after this. Do you have any favorite pets? All right, let's go. We'll move on. That's all good. Do you have any favorite pets?
I have a dog named Drake, but one of my dogs died.
But you still have one, right?
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
I only have one baby dog. He's 1 year old at least.
That's good. That's good. That means you have more in the way. Let's all give them a round of applause.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me at Life Care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home, and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. It's a Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and I'm excited today to have one of our elected officials on board with us, Alderman Robin Dunn, and it's always a pleasure when Robin shows up because she is the weaver of special things that happen in this town that probably had never happened before. Have you ever seen people get passionate over a rain barrel? She can make it happen. A compost pile. This girl can make it happen.
We're making something out of nothing, I guess.
There you go. Well, I mean, isn't that what we're supposed to do?
Yes, yes.
Make something out of nothing? You know, I wish I had my box here. I took trash out of our kitchen, cardboard, and put it in a box and arranged it, and took 3 months of trash, kitchen cardboard, put it in a box, and arranged it and sprayed it to keep it together, and I call it breakdown, and it's the proper way to break down cardboard. And it was one of my art pieces I displayed at the art center this month.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, all right. Well,
so, yeah, making something out of nothing.
That is art, isn't it?
It is art.
Well, I never really thought about that. We could be ecologically minded and
artistic.
And we are making art out of our rain barrels and compost.
Right.
So,
right. So and you have it was on the board meeting last night, but maybe a lot of our audience didn't see that. Tell us about the rain barrels and what's happening and when they're going to come, and then you have an event coming up real soon that you want to promote.
Yes. So thanks to a non-matching 100% funded grant through TVA, we've purchased some rain barrels, And we've also our rain barrel kits, and then Coca-Cola here locally has supplied us with the actual barrels. So they used to have concentrated Coca-Cola in them, so your plants will be feeling really good. But it's a really simple process. I know a lot of people I've had reach out to me about they're concerned about our flooding. We've been having, I heard it called a rain bomb, and I think it's a very accurate description of what we've been experiencing over the last couple of years, where it's dry for a week or maybe a week and a half, and then all of a sudden, half of a month's worth of rain comes in 3 hours. And whenever we experience that, there's all sorts of things that happen that make this a dangerous situation, and one of them, of course, is that there's just nowhere for the water to go. So it's ending up in your yard, it's ending up on the street where you can hydroplane, and it's also taking sediment from soil and washing it into some of our open ditches, filling them in. So now we don't have our ditches aren't as deep. It can be a really catastrophic situation really, really fast. So these rain barrels can help deter that.
Right.
Because every drop of water that you can keep on your own property is water that's not going into your neighbor's yard during that storm. So what we're trying to do is we're just encouraging people to connect these to their downspouts on their gutters. And there's a spigot. This is a kit, so you have to make it yourself. But there's a spigot. You would put the spigot at the bottom, and after the rain, maybe 2 or 3 days later, whenever the other waters had a time to saturate, you just release the water into the ground, or you can use it to wash your car or to water your plants. So it's just one other way that we can help with that.
So you could have a rain barrel over by your driveway, and a spigot at the bottom. You could just hook a hose up to that and go over and have a sprayer, and not that it would have enough force to spray, but you would have enough force to hose your car down.
Yes, yeah.
That's really pretty cool.
And you think about, that's just a little less water that you're having to purchase from the water authority.
Sure.
So this is a really win-win situation for everybody. So, we're helping to protect Rock Creek by doing this. We're helping to protect our neighbors' properties, our own property. I had some folks, we did the rain barrel giveaway 2 years ago, and I had a young woman tell me that it may have saved her foundation because she had a lot of water settling near her house, and since she put the rain barrel in, she's noticed a huge difference there. So it's something that we can do.
Question. Because we are almost like a volcano on top of a mountain that the tops have been blown off of.
Yes,
Tullahoma is in a bowl, and water has nowhere to go, and so we have mold issues, and we have mosquito issues. Do the rain barrels have some type of a netting or something that goes on top of them to keep from mosquitoes from breeding?
Your downspouts going pretty much directly into it. So you've got kind of like this tube, and I should have probably brought one. If anybody's interested in looking at these things, the ones that I've purchased are from therainbarreldepot.com. So that's where we purchased them. So I know we're going to have them on Monday at the farmers market, but if you get in line and you don't happen to get one, you can purchase one yourself there. But
kit.
Yes, and there's, but to answer the question about mosquitoes, no, I don't think that's a big concern about the mosquitoes. But yeah, I know mosquitoes are not fun.
We don't like mosquitoes.
No, I don't either.
They don't bother me, but they consume my wife.
Oh, they make me, I don't like mosquitoes either.
Rain barrels, you made a pitch on compost.
Yes, we did compost this past Monday and this is through a grant with the Interlocal Solid Waste Authority. So Carol Fulmer, who's the head of that, and that's there's several counties and municipalities involved in that. She and I gave out compost bins last Monday at the farmers market. People were lined up. We gave away 50 of those compost bins, and I had someone ask, what is the point? Why is the city giving these away? And it's very simple. With those 50 compost bins, just this year, we're diverting 22,000 pounds of trash out of our landfill. So of course there's a green side to that. Of course we don't want to use these landfills, but that's $75 a ton that we're we're spending on things that we can take care of in-house. You and our neighbors, our community can take care of our food waste. We don't have to depend on other people.
And it makes great fertilizer
It does.
for your garden.
Yes,
Your
yes,
plants.
it's really, it's a way to establish independence. So if you want to have your own food, you want to take care of your own trash, you can do it with a compost bin.
And you
It
don't
really
have to
helps.
go out and buy high-dollar fertilizer at some store.
And you shouldn't either. Yeah, I think it's better. It's much better, I think, to use what you've already got.
Okay.
So.
Now, what's the event coming up?
Yes. So Earth Day is in April, always. And so the next Saturday after April, that's April 24th at 8 a.m., I want to encourage everybody in the community to come out. We're going to have a trash pickup day.
Good.
So we're going to be meeting at 942 Maplewood Drive. That's the Public Works Convenience Center. So the recycling center, the animal shelters out there.
What time are you meeting at 9:42?
Oh, did I not say 8 a.m.?
There you go.
8 a.m.,
We're
yes,
meeting
sir.
at 9:42 is what you said, but that's the address.
It's 9:42.
At 8 o'clock.
No,
8 o'clock.
yeah,
If
come
you
at
show
8
up at
a.m.
9:42, all the biscuits and coffee will be gone.
Yes, so come. We'll have the grabbers for you. We'll have the reflective vest, and we'll give you some trash bags, and we'll give you a route. So
Very good.
We definitely want to have people pick
Keep
up.
it clean.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Keep it clean. Robin Dunn, you're always a bright spot, sweetheart.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for your
Thank you for
service
having
and
me,
all you
sir.
do for our town.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate
Absolutely.
you. We'll be right back after these messages. Get a grabber. Get you some trash.
My great-grandfather started it in 1900, and now it's 2020, which is 120 years. We still measure your feet, still try to help you find a good fit. We're just a good old-fashioned shoe store where we'll measure your feet, make sure you're in the right size, and help you find a comfortable shoe for men, women, and children.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer cough drip.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
Hello, everyone. John Rickman here. And this is Pat Welch and John. We're here today with segment 45 of the Conversations with John and Pat. Who ever thought we'd last this long?
Management.
Patience. Patience from the management, I'm sure. A lot of patience. A lot of songs we learned as children, as kids, as teenagers, whatever, came about. It was folk music during our early years, and I like this song. And it goes right along with some of the things that you're going to be talking about in just a few minutes. The city council met last week. The vote was 4-3 to tear the hometown depot down and build a factory. to take that stretch of history and wipe it off the map, to take old engine number 9 and turn it into scrap. Blue water, blue water, blue water line. Blue water, blue water, blue water line. If you can't afford a quarter, then you ought to give a dime. If everybody gave, then we could save the blue water line. Well, I could tell you stories about the glories of that train, about the 49er miners and the time old Jesse James stole 1,000 golden nuggets in that great train robbery. And when Abe Lincoln rode that train with Todd upon his knee. Blue water, blue water, blue water line. Blue water, blue water, blue water line. If you can't afford a quarter, then you ought to give a dime. If everybody gave, then we could save the blue water line. Just 40,000 quarters, just 20,000 dimes. We'll all ride to glory on the old blue water line. We'll have William Jennings Bryan stoking coal on number 9. So reach inside your pocket for the old blue water line. Blue water, blue water, blue water line. Blue water, blue water, blue water line. If you can't afford a quarter, then you ought to give a dime. If everybody gave, then we could save the blue water line. Everybody gave, then we could save the blue water line.
Man, John.
You know, have you ever heard that song?
I have not. But
you know,
it was a good
I
one.
think of Miss Marjorie Collier when I sing that song, because it wasn't the engine that she was saving, but they saved a caboose.
That's right.
Down in the center of town.
That's exactly right.
Yes, sir. What's our subject
Well, I
matter
think we're going
today?
to talk today a little bit about a tree and that was in the middle of town during the Civil War that both the Union and the Confederacy used for discipline. It was a hanging tree. And it's on Blackwell Street. Philip, why don't you show that picture? That is what's probably to most people now known as the Paul and Ann Smotherman house on Blackwell Street. And that tree to the right of the house, the hanging tree was about 10 yards behind it, and it was struck by lightning about 100 years after the last person was hung. But that time would have been by the Union. And I think myth and legend was that it struck it 100 years exact to the day, and by my estimations, that was probably not correct, but it was close to 100 years old.
Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story.
Correct. I went to school by that through that corner for a good while in grade school up at St. Paul's, and the day that was struck on the weekend, and Monday morning when I went by there, it was powdered. That was some lightning strike. Philip, why don't you show the tombstone up now? There's a write-up in findagrave.com, and this cemetery is in Dwight, Illinois. And at the tombstone, John and I can't read it, but it says S.W. Washington, S.W. Kinney. His name was Samuel Washington Kinney, spelled K-E-N-N-E-Y, and he was born in 1822 in the Lehigh Valley area of Pennsylvania. How he got to Tennessee, I do not know, but he was in Pulaski, Giles County, at the start of the war with a little bit of abolitionist ideas, which I think just about got him tarred and feathered, and he left with his family, wife and young family, and they went into Kentucky and at that time he somehow ran into Union Army led by General Buell, and he enlisted and became a spy. So eventually, in '63, the Battle of Stones River was at the absolute end of 1962, and Bragg, the Confederate general, retreated to the Tullahoma area, and he got into July of '63. In February of '63, he showed up with a gray uniform on and had a blue one underneath. And somebody, he had misfortune though, of somebody from Pulaski was in the Confederate troops at the time and recognized him. And they had him court-martialed and hung within hours. And when Tommy Allen was alive, that you talked with, a great local historian, he went to the archives in Nashville and got records of the court-martial, and he traced where this gentleman was buried in Dwight. Well, anyway, I got a lot of my information from the memories of that time from a young man named Archibald Yale Smith, whose family, at least at one time, lived on Atlantic Street in one of those railroad houses that now has Hull, Haynes, Reeder, that law office. And they farmed the old Blackwell farm. They bought, his father, Archibald Yale Smith's father, bought that land, and it was about 20 or 30 acres, and they farmed that area. They buried Mr. Kinney near the gallows and near that tree, and Mr. Smith knew, Archibald Yale Smith's father knew where he was buried, and he put an iron fence, small fence around it, and said, make sure that, you know, when you're plowing and so forth, we never desecrate this grave. And so the sons were really careful not to do anything with it. But one of the sons saw after a storm that a few bone fragments and some buttons from the uniform had washed out, and they put them back, and this is when Archibald Yale was he saw that happen and knew exactly where the grave was. In the 1890s, his wife and children had made it to Dwight, Illinois, which is a small town, about 4,500 people, about 70 miles south of Chicago, and she was just about destitute, but she could not get her pension that she was due because she couldn't prove that he died in an honorable way.
They needed a grave.
They needed to find out where the grave was, where he was buried. They needed to make sure that he was not AWOL, that type of thing. So she sent two of her sons to Tullahoma, because she knew he'd been here, to find out what happened. And she made an investigation enough to where eventually they led her to Archibald Yale Smith and said that he'd seen the hanging. He said, I did not see the hanging, but I know where his bones are because my brothers showed me when they reinterred his body. And her two sons dug the grave up and took him back and buried him in Dwight with where that marker is now. And she got her pension, and it's a kind of an incredible story, really, that we can now piece all that together.
That's a lot of good research on that.
Well, John, neither one of us near as good as Bob Couch or Paul Powell, but we'd like to be.
We try.
Yeah.
We try our hardest.
Yeah.
We enjoyed being here today, Pat.
Good segment.
Good segment.
The end of the 45th segment, and we hope, if management will allow us to continue, that we can go on to 46. Thank you all.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat. Let's go down into the auditorium and see what the questions are going to be and just how good these girls are going to give an answer to the judges. We'll see you in a minute.
What accomplishment are you most proud of?
The accomplishment that I'm most proud of is being voted by my peers as junior class president. Knowing that they value me enough to go pursue their futures means a lot to me. Thank you.
If you had an extra hour of free time in a day, how would you use it?
If I had an extra hour within a day, I would use it by spending time with my family. Without them, I would not be where I am today, and I'm so grateful for them. Thank you.
Contestant number 3.
What is your favorite memory?
I have so many favorite memories, but one of my favorites is during the summers, my grandmother Yami would take me and my little cousin Savannah on so many different adventures. We would do anything from making dance videos to taking trips to Gatlinburg to going on shopping trips and of course getting our hair and makeup done. I love getting to spend this time with them, and that is why it's one of my favorite memories. Thank you.
Contestant number 4.
What is your meaning of true success?
In my opinion, the meaning of true success is setting a goal and not letting anyone or anything get in the way of achieving that goal. Thank you.
Contestant number 5.
What is one of your favorite qualities about yourself?
I have many qualities that I love about myself, but one of them is that I'm very dependable. Whenever my friends or family need help, I'm always there to help them through whatever they need. Thank you.
Thank you. You may exit the stage. Contestant number 6.
Who is your role model and why did you choose them?
My biggest role model are my parents because of all the sacrifices that they make for me to have a better future. Thank you.
Contestant number 7.
Who or what is your biggest source of inspiration?
My biggest source of inspiration would definitely have to be my parents. They always inspire me to do my very best at everything, and whenever I fall down, they're always there to pick me up. Thank you.
Contestant number 8.
What is the most valuable lesson you have learned?
The most valuable lesson that I have learned is you have to work for what you want. Thank you.
Contestant number 9.
What is at the top of your bucket list?
The thing at the top of my bucket list would be to travel the world, because it's something that isn't just fun, but you also get to see historical places and learn more. Thank you.
Contestant number 10.
What do you think is the biggest issue facing this country today?
I believe the biggest issue facing our country today is the division among our political parties. I believe as the United States of America, we should stand united and not divided. Thank you.
Contestant number 11.
Give me one word that describes you and why.
For me, I think one word that describes me is that I'm determined. I always find a way to get what I want. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. You may exit the stage. Contestant number 12.
If you won the lottery, what would you spend the money on and why?
If I won the lottery, I would save some of the money for my future, give some to those in need, and spend the rest on myself, my family, and my friends. Thank you.
Contestant number 13.
If you could be anywhere doing anything right now, where would you be and what would you be doing?
If I could be anywhere doing anything, I would probably have to be at the Navajo Nation, because I am part Navajo and I know many people who struggle out there, and I would really like to help them and those who share the same blood as me. Thank you.
Contestant number 14.
What is the most valuable lesson you have learned?
The most valuable lesson I have ever learned is to always be kind to the people that I meet and know that I have a lot to learn and experience in my lifetime, and to know that each of these experiences are going to lead me to the place I am meant to be. Thank you.
Contestant number 15.
How will the pandemic affect the United States in the long run?
I believe that the pandemic will affect the United States in the long run with emotions, and it'll also affect the economy. Thank you.
Contestant number 16.
If you could speak speak with President Biden, what would you ask him to do?
Hear me out. Other than asking him to lower the gas prices, because we've all been through it, I'd honestly ask him just to sit down and have a conversation with me. The mental toll that it takes on a president or a political figure is a lot, because you have to make decisions for everyone else, and you have to take in everyone's consideration. So if someone doesn't see eye to eye to you, whether it is doing the best for this country or doing what's right, you got to make the decision anyways. So it would not only enlighten me, but it would actually make me see that he's just as much a person as we all are. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies. You may exit the stage. Contestant number 17.
At this moment in time, what do you feel is your mission in life?
At this moment in time right now, I feel like my mission in life is to let everyone feel respect and the fairness that they deserve. Thank you.
Contestant number 18.
What makes you most proud to say that you are a Tullahoma Wildcat?
What makes me most proud to be a Tullahoma Wildcat is the reputation that all of us have built. The students all over the state are known to be the most hardworking. Thank you.
Contestant number 19.
If you could be really talented at one thing, what would it be and why?
If I could be talented at one thing, it would probably be helping others find their true colors. So many people don't know their worth, and so I would love to help them with that. Thank you.
Contestant number 20.
What is the motto that you live by?
The motto that I live by is don't let other people's judgment reflect the way you live in your life. Thank you.
Contestant number 21.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve is a lack of originality because I think everyone's real and natural self is the best version of themselves that they can be. Thank you.
Contestant number 22.
What is something that you're passionate about and why?
I am passionate about the welfare of animals. My family and I have had several rescue dogs, and I feel like each animal should have a safe and loving home. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. You may exit the stage.
Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the pink. Uh-oh.
I just knocked a tree over. This the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the paint works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat. You know, they do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the Paintworks at 1960 North Washington Street and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fix you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paintworks today. Martin Senor. See? Martin Senor. Right there. Martin Senor at the Paintworks. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
We're here on the farm in Manchester, Tennessee, which of course is home to the Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival. And we're here for a very special thing that they are offering. It is a pop-up merch tent style where they're having some merchandise, some old and some new. So let's go in and talk to the folks and see what they got going on. And I'm speaking today with Kelsey DeWald. And Kelsey, you're with the Bonnaroo Works Fund. What's your official title?
I'm the Executive Director of the Bonnaroo Works Fund.
Excellent. Let our viewers know, if you don't mind, what we're doing here at the pop-up merch stand.
Absolutely. So we're grateful for the festival to allow us to be on site here today. We're basically doing a little fundraiser where if you donate $1, you get to play any of our games, all of them COVID safe and friendly, where you get to keep the items that you use to play the games. And it all goes to the Works Fund. Obviously, we're super sad that we didn't get to have 2020 to raise funds for the nonprofits that we work with, but we're glad to be back in 2021 and can't wait to see everybody on the farm, and appreciate you coming by and helping where you can.
And maybe tell some of the folks what different certain charities or organizations that this really, is going towards.
Yeah, absolutely. So we primarily support nonprofits in arts, education, environmental, sustainability, and social impact. And that primarily sticks within Middle Tennessee, obviously a lot of Manchester and Coffee County, but we do expand into more regional stuff, even all the way up to national organizations. But we try to keep it local as much as possible because obviously this is where our heart lies and where we want everybody to enjoy the benefits of Bonnaroo and in different ways that people's fees goes towards helping out.
Well, it's all about the community, and Bonnaroo is totally a large cornerstone of our community. For sure. And you know what? It feels great to be on the farm. Even if it is 40 degrees today, it still feels great.
We're not prepared for that today.
It still feels good.
The sun is out. We're happy to have have people down on the farm, and obviously we're grateful to be able to show them some new merch that we have and get people back on the ground.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you guys so much for everything you do. The community completely appreciates it, and boy, can't wait to get back out here.
Amen. We can't wait to see you guys again.
That's right.
So to keep it COVID safe, we're having people grab a bandana and then just use the bandana to spin the wheel. All right.
Fanny pack.
Bonnaroo fanny pack. We're suited up, ready to go.
So I'm speaking with Anna Grace, who is manning the merch table here today. Anna Grace, tell us about some of the cool things we have here.
Yeah, so we've got a collection of some of our vintage items, as well as this new shirt. It's right here. We had that bad boy printed just for this little event that we're doing for you guys. So it's got the date 2021 on it. For our vintage items, we've got some bandanas from years past, as well as stickers. We've got some new items too, like this puzzle, which is something we've never done before.
I like that.
We produced these when everyone was getting kind of squirrely. I have a couple people come through who have already bought it, and I asked them if they finished it, and they said no. We've got some socks. They're really cozy. We get these made by an artist in North Carolina. They take a really long time to get made, so we have to order them far in advance, and that's why they're a little bit expensive.
But they're high quality.
Yes, they're very. I love the socks. So we're just out here supporting, the Bonnaroo Works Fund and trying to bring some sunshine to the community.
Well, Bonnaroo is certainly good at doing that.
Yeah,
so,
try.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for everything you're doing out here, and great to be on the farm again.
Yes, it's so great. So great.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Hello, this is Janie Price. When my husband Ray Price would tour across the country, his favorite place to dine was Cracker Barrel Old Country Store locations. His favorite thing to order was the Uncle Herschel.
And the beauty of it all is forever, you'll be holding me to.
I miss Ray dearly, and I'm so proud that his last album, Beauty Is the Final Sessions, is available at his favorite restaurant.
A love affair to remember.
The project includes a duet with Martina McBride and harmony vocals from Vince Gill. Ray believed this to be the best recording he had ever made.
Oh, I wish I was 18 again.
I think you'll agree when you pick up your copy of Beauty Is the Final Sessions at a Cracker Barrel Old Country Store location near you or at crackerbarrel.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, folks, we're back, and good show. A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, right. I was expecting the theater group, but they didn't show up.
because I announced that they were going to be on. But anyway, we are opening.
Maybe they broke a leg.
They might have. We're opening at the Civic Center, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat this week, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday matinee.
Right.
So get your ticket and
It's a
come
great
out and
show.
enjoy it.
It's
is
a great show.
And it's, I think it's timely.
Yes.
I feel like it is. And your son,
Jacob
Stefano?
P. Gray's in there. He's
I'm just glad he had time to do it because he has a great voice.
Well,
he and Cindy love being part of the theater, and she's directed a lot of orchestration. Has this play got a live? Are they doing a live orchestra, or is it just?
Yeah, I really don't know.
I don't
Peggy.
either.
I probably not.
I don't think so, due to the money issues.
Well, it's COVID and the space it takes to put an orchestra.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a great show, and the music is fun, and I hope people will come out and support it.
And support South Jackson Civic Center.
And we've got Eric Mintel, it's Jazz Quartet, coming up April 30th. And I would hate to miss that. I'm not missing it.
No, you're not.
Right. It's a wonderful, wonderful group.
He's going to be doing tribute to Dave Brubeck and others.
Right. And they're pretty well known in the jazz world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's not like
Don Jackson. You need to show up, get your buddies.
Right.
Get McClarney and all the rest of your buddies, and Tom Copeland. Y'all show up down there and listen to some good music.
It'll be fun.
It will be. And of course, as I said, on May the 8th is the 3rd annual Purple Olympics at Tullahoma High School, Saturday morning in the gym. And registration, I believe, is a little bit before 10 o'clock. We're looking for teams. We're looking for sponsors, gifts, you name it. You need to raise a little money.
How many people need to be in a team?
Anybody from 2 to 20.
2 to 20. Okay.
You know, I mean, a lot of the hospital will have a team. Different doctors' offices have teams. We're looking for family teams. I know I went to a walk in Oak Ridge for Hallie Tidwell, who's my grandmother, and Alzheimer's Tennessee has a walk up there, and we went because that's where my grandmother lived, and she died of Alzheimer's, and so
it's such a tragic
the different
disease.
families, have T-shirts made, and it can be as big a event because it's just like our veterans, people who fight along with their family the disease of Alzheimer's and dementia are in a war together, and it makes the family strong. It's a very sad disease, but it makes the family strong, and families become dependent upon each other, which they should. And so come to the Purple Olympics and help fight that dreaded disease, Alzheimer's.
I guess we'll be back next week.
We'll be back next
God
week.
willing.
Thanks for watching. Love you.